What's going on, Frazier High? It's Darian Harris, former Michigan State and Cincinnati Bengal linebacker. Heard from Aaron you guys are doing a campaign on distracted driving. And first I wanted to say I think that's phenomenal. I think it's great that you guys are valuing your safety and the safety of others. Wanted to remind you guys to put the phones down while you guys are driving. The texts can wait, the calls can wait. Make sure you're understanding that doing that keeps you and everybody else safe. Really appreciate again that you all are doing this. You guys are becoming leaders in your community, and that's fantastic.
Hello, all you sports fans out there, and welcome to this week's edition of the Hot Seat Sports Talk.
There's an empty chair.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he'll be in later.
Yeah, it will be filled later.
He will be in later. All right, let's get started. 4-minute offense.
Let's go.
Columbus sweeps Tampa Bay. Blue Jackets' first series win ever. Well, they've been around since 2000, but still, first series win. And Lightning, first team in history to win the President's Trophy and have the best record. They had 62 wins, and they got swept.
Yeah, it's not good for Tampa Bay at all. I even saw a social media post by the Tampa Bay Lightning organization saying, "Oh, we didn't expect any of this to happen. We're so sorry for all the fans out there that expected more for us. We'll be back next season, but we feel just as disappointed you are." It's just Columbus was just ready. Yeah. Columbus was playoff ready.
See what happens when you let go of Steve Yzerman? That's what happens. You get swept.
But do you think Columbus will continue this throughout the playoffs?
I don't know. I mean, the East is the East in hockey. I mean, just looking at it, Boston will give them trouble. Pittsburgh can't get them any trouble because
they
they're
got
gone.
Some too.
They're gone.
Oh boy.
I'd probably say the next team that probably give them trouble is Washington.
I can see that as well.
The reigning Eastern Conference champ.
Reigning Stanley Cup.
And the Stanley Cup champ too. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. It would be an interesting conference final if Washington played Columbus.
Oh,
that'd be interesting.
I have no idea what could happen.
That'd be very interesting. Patriots signed wide receiver Demaryius Thomas for 1 year, $6 million. Okay, this is huge.
It's very huge. This could
It's
be.
only huge if he's healthy.
Yes.
It's only huge if he's healthy the entire year, or even at the beginning of training camp. Because if he's not ready for training camp, he can't get ready. He can't get ready for the preseason. Preseason comes, he's not ready. He could blow his knee out again, blow out his ACL again. So, if he's healthy enough to be paired with Edelman.
An offense without Gronk, who are looking for new targets, well, that's huge.
Well, you have Chris Hogan, who left. He left for the Panthers. He's gone.
Yes.
Amendola's been gone. So, maybe they found a replacement.
They're certainly hoping.
I'm excited for this. If
I'm
he's
very
healthy.
excited too.
I am. It's, he was an off year. I was surprised when Denver traded him to Houston.
I was very surprised too.
And he blows out his ACL.
Yeah,
Houston lets him go. I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, maybe he'll get picked up. I don't know. Depends on how healthy he is. But New England, I'm like, whoa. If it was San Fran, it's like, big deal. But New England, that'd be definitely be big for fantasy owners next year if he's healthy.
Especially if him and Tom Brady start to get that connection early. Oh, Demaryius needs this to
Think
go
about
well for him.
Think of all the quarterbacks Demaryius has played for. He played for Peyton.
Yes.
He played for Cutler. At the beginning.
Yeah.
Way beginning.
Sean Watson.
Tebow.
And Tebow. Oof.
And then Brady. Well,
wow.
Some of those names aren't as big, but Manning and Brady, not many guys can say that they're on the same, each other's teams.
Mm-hmm. He definitely has the quarterback. He just needs to show up.
He's a good receiver.
He is a great receiver.
If he could go back to what he was doing in 2013-14, or even halfway back to that, that'd be great. I'm excited for it.
We'll see a lot out of you this year, Demaryius.
Boogie.
That was.
Boogie Cousins and Blake Griffin.
Yeah, that.
Are both out for the year with injury. It says Blake Griffin's out for the series, but let's just be real. He's going to be out for the year because there's no way Detroit's getting by Milwaukee in the first round.
Pretty much.
No way. Boogie?
Now, that was just sad to see.
It's the beginning of the end for that team.
You think this is foreshadowing something to happen?
Oh, yeah. I saw an interview with all the Warriors that was on 60 Minutes, and yeah, it was Curry, Durant, Iguodala, Clay, and Livingston sitting together.
Okay.
You could tell none of them. They just got down to practice. They're sitting like this. They're not even. They're giving the poor interviewer sarcastic remarks.
Really?
Something's happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of. It's the beginning of the end for that team. Curry's going to stick around. Durant's
Curry's
gone.
their franchise.
Durant's gone.
I can see that.
Durant's going to be gone. Boogie's gone. And I think Clay's going to be gone too.
Ooh, really?
So it'll just be Steph and Draymond left. And they have to rebuild the entire thing over again. We have to think 12 years without making the playoffs. And then they go to this. They start building up. And now last year and this year they're at their peak. And it's got to come down. It's like most franchises.
That happens to basically almost all franchises.
Except the Patriots.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
NBA-wise,
this happens.
the Pistons had their run in the 80s,
Yep.
and then it came down.
Oh, every team.
The Spurs had their run in the mid-2000s, came down a little bit. I mean, they're still in the playoffs. We'll get to that later.
It's not as hyped, though, as it used to be.
Yeah. But Blake
Do you think this will affect Boogie Cousins? Do you think this will affect the Warriors throughout the first round?
Well, we'll get to that in the field.
Ooh, I got myself
We'll
a
get
bit ahead.
Yeah, you got a little ahead of yourself. And Michigan State decided they released some new jerseys. Yeah. Lime green is not a good look.
Yeah, I don't like how the lettering. It has just the word
It
"state"
looks- it's
big
ugly.
letters on the front. I
It's
don't
ugly.
like that.
It's very ugly. It's just another marketing thing that they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, remember a couple years ago they came out with the bronze
Yep.
jersey and the bronze helmet. If they had a uniform all black, that would look great. But
Black would be very cool.
and a bonus thing, Carolina, the Hurricanes, they are now called. I saw this from Brad Galley that we had on a few months ago. He said that the Hurricanes are now starting to call themselves Hockey Town,
Really?
but they're spelling it completely different. They're spelling it hockey space town. I'm like, no, you know. I tell
wait
you
a
when
minute.
there's only one hockey town, and that's us. And until Carolina wins as many Stanley Cups as we have,
They can't even say anything.
you can't say nothing. Just, try and get out of the first round.
Yeah, that's your first test.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Game 4 is tomorrow. They're down 2-1 against the defending champs.
Oh, the Capitals, they've just been dismantling them. That's what it
It's
looks like.
physical. Just ask
Physicality.
Just ask Ovechkin. Just ask
That's
ask
the
him.
person he gave a concussion to.
And knocked them out. Great fight. Great fight. It should have lasted longer. Anyway, yeah, I hope Carolina doesn't get out in the first round, especially what they are starting to call themselves. I got Washington in this one.
I don't even need to say that because I don't think they'll get out at all. I think
Really?
I think Washington will win
Nope.
tomorrow and they'll be fine.
All right. San Jose at Vegas tomorrow as well. Game 5. Vegas is up 3-1.
Vegas was looking a little shaky at first. Not gonna lie.
The first game, I'm like, oh no.
That's not looking good for them.
They're down 1-0, and they're on the road in San Jose. But then they just went 3 in a row.
They're looking fine. I think that game woke them up, basically saying it's playoff time. You got to be serious.
You got to wake up.
They're all good.
Yep. And I got Vegas closing the series out.
I agree.
All right. Game 5. St. Louis at Winnipeg. Series is tied at 2.
This has been a good.
It's been a very underrated series.
Yes.
I mean, you have all the attention that Columbus has got, the Islanders, the Bruins, even a little bit of San Jose and Vegas because it's Vegas. But this one's very underrated. The Blues haven't gone that far in a long time, not since back for Yzerman and they had Gretzky on their team. Winnipeg's an okay team. They're an okay team. But I like the Blues getting out of the first round. I don't think the Jets are ready.
I don't know.
Well, I just like them in Game 5. We'll
Like
see
in
where it
Game
goes
5?
from there. Yep. If they want to prove themselves, they got to win on the road. You have to win on the road in the NHL and the Stanley Cup playoffs. You have to.
That's the thing, though. When it comes to Game 5 right now, I don't know if they'll be able to win on the road.
Yeah.
I think home team's going to dominate. I think Winnipeg has this.
Yeah. Tonight, Game 4, Calgary at Colorado. The Avalanche lead 2-1.
Colorado has had a pretty underrated season.
So has
I would
Calgary.
say.
They have 2. You have.
Okay, yeah.
I like the Flames. I like the Flames that even this series.
Okay.
It's a good team. They're both good teams, but I think Calgary they haven't gone that far in a long time, in a very long time. When was the last time you heard Calgary was actually that good?
Not until now.
Yep. All right. Nashville at Dallas is also tonight. Nashville's up 2-1 Predators. They play tough. Dallas is just so very they're like the Jazz at basketball.
You know about them, but you don't.
You don't really know about or the Pacers.
Yeah, especially the Pacers are a great example.
Or like the Niners or in football. Or the Reds in baseball. It's just very.
They're kind of like the underdog teams. Like it'd be cool for them to like see something happen, but you don't expect anything to happen.
Exactly. So
that's why I'm gonna pick Dallas though.
Ooh, I got Nashville. Nashville on the road, go up 3-1. And finally, Boston at Toronto. An original 6 matchup. Toronto's up 2-1, surprisingly. And they will continue to stay up. I got them going up 3-1.
Do you know what I have? I got Boston sweeping the rest of the games.
You got them winning every game?
Yep.
You got them winning
Here for now.
3 in a row?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see that. The Islanders, 3-1 over Pittsburgh. They sweep the Penguins. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was not
I'm sorry.
good.
And last year, all the way to the last show, we were talking about the Penguins. And now they're gone.
Yeah, just like that. That's
gone.
The playoffs can do that to a team.
And the Lightning, we already discussed.
Oh, geez.
Gone. Yep, they are gone. So, and real quick before we get into basketball, we have our expert analysis, Eric back with us.
Yes, the big Higgs.
Baseball, Tigers are slipping a little bit.
Yeah, they had a strong start, but now they're getting close to around 500.
Well, you can be able to tell, a team's success by through 40 games. If they're like 10 games over.
Oh, 10 games is not enough.
If they're 10 games over 500.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be a good team. 500, they'll be a 500 team. I don't know. I don't know how good the Central is. The AL Central.
I don't think it's that strong.
I just hope they stay competitive.
Oh yeah.
Especially, from the stuff I'm reading and all that, all these minor leaguers that we trade our veterans for Verlander and Martinez and all those guys. They're starting to pay off. They're showing signs of hope.
So once you got to start young, you got to rebuild. You're going to see a lot of these young prospects. They want to help the team win. They want to show themselves, to show the world, the city, the teams that they're here to play.
Yeah. And before we get into the NBA, here is a message from Connor Cook, Darquez Denard, and a couple other Michigan State guys.
What the crap?
Reminding you guys to like, subscribe, and to watch our show. Let's take a look.
Hey Frazier, this is Sam Martin, punter for the Detroit Lions. Connor Cook here with the Oakland Raiders.
Hey, this is Darquez Denard of the Cincinnati Bengals.
This is Shalik Calhoun of the Oakland Raiders.
Hey Frazier, this is Chris Fry, linebacker for the Carolina Panthers. I'm here to remind you guys to head over to YouTube today and watch the Hot Seat Sports.
I'm here to remind you to head over to YouTube to watch the Hot Seat Sports and Talk.
Just reminding you guys to watch the Hot Seat Sports Talk on YouTube.
Just remind you to go to YouTube and watch the Hot Seat Sports Talk.
I'm here to remind you to go watch the Hot Seat Sports Talk Show. Go Ramblers.
Go Ramblers.
Go Ramblers.
Go Ramblers.
See, now that was an awesome ad. That was it was awesome for those guys to do that. It was awesome to tape. They were so cool.
I was going to say, it'd be really cool just to be there to see them do that for us.
And Sam Martin in the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you never know.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, there's him.
Eric's here.
How you doing?
Is he real?
Yes, sir.
He's real.
All right, we're good.
Basketball time.
Okay.
Basketball time.
Let's get into it.
Standings as of April 17th. Milwaukee is now going to Detroit. It's even on here. Bucks lead 2-0. Sweep. Easily. Done.
I have faith.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I would love to,
that
but
big.
I would love to, but there's no reason to have faith. The Pistons are just not there. They don't have the talent. They don't have the experience. Their coach has a tendency of exiting the playoffs early, Dwayne Casey.
Yeah.
So, it's just Detroit, especially without Blake.
Oh, Blake makes it.
that's going to
100%
play a big part.
Yeah, because Drummond can't do it, and they don't have enough guard talent to do it. They don't.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Reggie Jackson doesn't have enough talent to carry it compared to what
Bring on Ish.
Well, compared to what Milwaukee has, they have more depth than we do.
Oh, yeah. No question about that one.
That's definitely true.
They've got
Yeah.
the length, too.
Yeah.
They have
Giannis.
shooters. They have shooters.
If Giannis, I want to see him start to shoot. I want to see him develop a jump shot.
I think he's going to work on that this offseason.
If he can develop a three-point
Yep.
game,
We're-
oh no.
Look at Boban. He's starting to.
Well, we'll get to
He always
Boban and the
was.
Sixers in a
Oh,
second.
yeah.
In a second. Toronto is going to Orlando this weekend. After Orlando stunned Toronto in Game 1.
Yes.
Okay, first game, Orlando played great.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
They were down, they came back, they kept going. They just wanted to create some havoc.
And they did.
DJ Augustine at the end. DJ Augustine at the end had no,
Great showing.
ice in his veins.
Great showing.
And he wasn't worried about the shot. They were tied anyways. If he missed it,
Overtime.
Leonard did not play good.
Good.
Speaking of not playing good, who would play even worse? Lowry.
Oh, jeez, that game was not good.
No points.
No points, no shots, no anything.
Highest
not even free
paid
throws.
player for a playoff game to not score a point in the history of the league.
Yikes.
That's terrible. But now since it's 1-1, after the Raptors just obliterated the Magic the other night,
It's a series now.
now it's a series going back to Orlando. I don't know. And game 3 is another pivotal game in a series you have to win. And I think Toronto's going to get it done.
I'm sticking with Toronto too.
I'm sticking with Toronto.
But don't be surprised if they tie it up in Game 4.
No.
4 and make it a best of 3.
I think this will be a good series.
It all depends on how Toronto plays in Game 3.
Yeah.
If they play like they did the other night, Toronto will probably win 4, or not 4 or 5. They will win in 5 games. Philadelphia and Brooklyn. Brooklyn, another low seed, a 6 seed. They beat Philly in Game 1,
They did.
We said
and
they could
then
be a
they
dark horse.
lost huge like the Magic did the other night.
Yeah.
Boban is here. Boban's alive.
Boban has a shot.
He's a shooter. He's going to be a shooter.
Boban had a
Jared
great
Allen,
game.
better lock him down.
Well, how are you supposed to lock down a 7'3" center?
You push him. Like that.
That dude is huge.
I know he's huge.
He is.
That's going to take a lot more than just pushing him.
And to think about it, if
Gotta
Boban
body slam him.
with Boban having a good game, think about all the other stars.
Now they're showing up.
Now, like you said, we were talking about hockey. For like with Vegas, time to wake up. Philly's going to wake up, and
They have
just
the
like
talent.
Toronto.
Oh, they have so much talent.
Philly
on that
obliterated Brooklyn, and by now it goes back to Brooklyn.
team. That's gonna.
This could go either way.
I'm sticking with Philly.
I'll like Brooklyn in Game 3. Then I'll take Philly in Game 4.
Okay.
If we're just talking about this game at home, I can see Brooklyn winning this.
Yeah, at home, it's home court. You
Yeah.
have to at least take one or two at home. Boston, Indiana. Boston as of that has a 4-17. Boston's up 1-7. The Pacers in Game 1 were up by, I think I saw it by 15 at one point, and then they ended up losing by like 20. I don't know, but I think Boston just has more talent. But I don't think Boston will advance after this round. I don't.
I see Boston out in the second round. They're going to make it past Indiana, but they're not going to make it
And then it's
past.
time for Kyrie Irving to go bye-bye. He's gone. But in terms of games 3 and 4, going to Indiana,
Boston.
Indiana Game 3, Boston Game 4.
Okay.
I can see Boston.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Either way, the West.
Ooh.
Eric, you must be feeling pretty good about
I'm
yourself
enjoying
over there.
this. Hey, we took a game.
A huge game.
In dramatic fashion, you did.
Golden State Clippers tied 1-1.
Especially after they just blew a 31-point lead.
Yeah.
That number's not good about that team. 3-1.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're a basketball fan, you should know that number. Yeah. But in terms of going back to LA, Golden State's going to wake up.
Oh, they have to wake up now.
It's gonna
Think
be-
about how, on fire the league would be if the Clippers took the next game. Golden State would be
That'd be huge.
down in the first round. That hasn't happened since in about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Not since before they
Curry,
they're at their
Clay,
peak. They're going up the hill.
Bogut.
Yeah, but in terms of game 2, Golden State,
Golden
or
State,
game 3, Golden State. Game 4, I'll take Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh.
So then it'll be a best of 3, and the Clippers are gonna have to steal one at Oracle again.
I want this to go to Game 7.
And you want the Clippers to win.
Yeah.
You've been begging for the Clippers to win since we started the show.
Just get out of the first round. I mean, you get out of the first
crazy.
round, you should be
The
fine.
more they get out of the city, the more players they get rid of, it feels like the more farther they're getting as a team in the season or playoffs, it feels like.
Yeah, I know what you
Which
mean.
just does
Yeah.
not make sense at all.
It doesn't.
But it's working, so keep it going, LA.
And then there's the 2-seeded Denver Nuggets. and they got the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio beat them in Game 1,
Yes.
and then collapsed in Game 2. I don't know what happened.
They could not contain.
They
That's
were
what I
up-
said
They
before.
were up 15, and DeRozan was on fire that game.
Timeout. I remember saying last show that they had problems containing star players. James Harden, 60 points. They couldn't contain. Before Jamal Murray had that 21-point fourth quarter, they held him to 0 points. What happened? They couldn't contain one player, and he went off.
Well,
I called it.
It all depends on
I've
who the
said
Spurs
that.
have in the game.
I called it.
If
That's
they
all
have
that
Derek
matters.
White in there, it's locked down. And
Then they better
DeRozan.
keep him in the game then, because
If,
obviously it's not
if
working
Derek
out.
White and DeRozan are both out, then you can see it slip. And I think that's what happened.
Well, they're going to learn from this game.
Well, let's
They
talk
need
about
to
game
lock
one.
down.
Well, let's just talk about Game 1, how the way that they won in Denver. Derek White ended Paul Millsap's career with that dunk. That was probably one of the greatest Spurs moments I've seen in a long time, since Ginobili blocked Harden in Game 6 a couple of years ago.
I remember that.
But in terms of this, going back to San Antonio did their job. Much like the Clippers, the Nets, and the Magic, they did their job. They stole a game on the road. For the Spurs, they take the next 2 at home. They'll be up 3-1.
2-2.
And I remember somebody saying it was going to be 3-0.
I didn't say 3-0.
Yes, you did last
I
week.
did not say 3-0. Did I?
Yes, you did.
Well, I was wrong.
I said 2-1. You said 3. You said 3-0.
Well, that's on me, America.
And who do you got in games 3 and 4?
First home game, I can see the Spurs.
So it's 2-1, and then
And then 2-2.
okay. Portland and Oklahoma City. Portland's up 2-0.
Portland's looking good.
What is
Portland's
wrong
taking
with-
the next 2.
What is wrong with Westbrook?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can't. It's like he
He's
can't
just-
play anymore.
Regular season, triple-double. Playoffs,
Nothing.
splat.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Hey, yeah, I agree with there. Portland takes
Paul
the next
George,
two.
yeah, Paul George can't do it all.
Hey, you know what? I'll take that back. Portland will take game 3. It'll be 3-1, or it'll be 3-0. Oklahoma City will take game 4. It'll be 3-1, and then they'll go back to Portland, win it in 5.
In 5.
I just had to go, yeah, whole series Portland has this.
And then the 4 and the 5 seed, Rockets and the Jazz.
Go Houston.
This would be.
Yes, the beard. It's by the time the Houston actually gels something together for once and
Yeah.
gets out of the first round.
Utah has a weird game plan.
They have a
want to
weird
force him to his right, so they literally go to his left side, and then they make him drive in a lane and
Sounds
force
like-
him to pass it out and
So it
rely on
sounds
his
like
passers.
the Jordan rules to me.
Except
This
they
is what
don't
this
beat the
sounds
crap
like.
out of him.
Well, obviously they
But
don't.
it's so stupid. They do not even keep him from him. And then sometimes Harden just lobs it, and it's a basket. So they have Utah needs to freaking step up their game plan, or else they're not going to be Houston.
Do you think it'll be a sweep?
No, I think they'll learn.
Houston will win game 2. Utah will win game 3. Houston will win game 4.
I
So
can
it'll be
see this.
3-1.
I can see this going into 7 games. If I'm being quite honest with you.
Really?
I can see this
I
happening.
got it back and forth till game 6.
Interesting.
I bet I
It's
think
a-
Houston will overtake.
So probably,
Series.
so the only sweep that we have is Milwaukee over Detroit.
Yes.
That's the only sweep we got.
Well, that's the only sweep.
And that's
Yeah.
I mean, I got Portland too.
and that-
Oh, Portland maybe.
maybe,
Maybe.
maybe. And that's a shame. And look at that, we are out of time.
Really slick.
Yeah, it was. And we are out of time. Eric, thank you for coming back.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
expert analysis. Thank you for the Clippers
Thanks
analysis.
for the Clippers.
And before we go, a couple closing remarks. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And to give us a like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram for content and when the next guests are coming in, which, by the way, is next week. We have KC Lopata back with us next week.
Casey.
Yeah, so it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. And don't forget to check out Moneyball, One Flame, and Size Up Sportswear. It's good, even though you don't wear the jerseys anymore.
I mean, we still have them for the school.
Yeah,
True.
even though
The
you...
season's over.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And St. Martin, apologies back there. We ran out of time. I'm sorry. Run out of time for?
Every time.
I don't know.
Disappointed.
Maybe one day. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? But we will be back. Be back next week with KC Lopata again. It's gonna be a good show. You won't want to miss it. As next week we'll be down to 5 episodes after next week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming very quick. Very quick. So, and we will try our best to make sure it's the best 5 episodes that we can do. So, until then, as always, keep it fresh.